Hey guys, welcome to Storytime with Franklin Stone. I'm Franklin Stone, and I want this series to explain the behind the scenes behind particular songs and projects, whether that be my thought process in making it, my production process, how I start the song, how I finish the song, videos that may come out, the themes that I was going for, and overall my plans for the song or project in context with other songs and projects. So this first one is going to be about Stargazing, my latest single that came out May 20th. And if there's enough feedback, um, I will definitely go back to older projects like Seasons. Like I feel like Seasons, I can talk an actual hour just because of how emotionally impactful that was to me. But I can go back to Seasons Legacy, all the Lucy singles that I did back in the day, but that is all dependent on you. So drop a comment below if you want to hear anything about Seasons or To Be Frank or Testudo, um, oh, or Beruto or Swirl Pack or any of that Legacy. Stargazing is the second single off of my upcoming project, Settle for the Stars. The first single was Say Less, which that video is a banger, so definitely go check that out. Link will be in the description. But I felt like Stargazing was more of a footnote for the theme of the project that I was going for. And the theme of the project is pretty much a rags to riches story. I wanted to make a project that was a prelude to Legacy, which was my latest EP, and that project was about, uh, as you can tell, my legacy. But it was framed in a way where I was already building upon that legacy. The legacy was partly already built, and the only choice I had was whether to go between fame or infamy. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of already was made. I was kind of already a star. Stargazing, I wanted to be a prelude to Legacy, so it's the literal start of my legacy journey, the journey of me building onto my legacy and building my legacy in general. Um, and Stargazing, I think, is the footnote of that. So it's a rags to riches story, and it's framed as if I know I'm a star, but the world around me doesn't know I'm a star yet. So I'm trying to convince the world that I'm a star while knowing that I'm a star. But also, the swag that I have in it is that, which I'm always gonna frame my music like this. I feel like hip hop was built off of bravado and off of like swaggy cockiness, really confidence, but to the point where it's cockiness. Um, it's always going to be to the point where I know that the people out there are doubting me being a star, and I use that as motivation. So that's always going to be a part of it. So in Stargazing, it's kind of flip flop. So uh, the hook in general, the hook in particular, um, I refer to myself as a star, and I refer to the people around me looking at the star. But the verses refer to me as me doing what I have to do to become a star. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a rag to riches story where, like I said, I have to convince people of the star that I have in myself. Now, the video for it, I think, is a little interesting. Um, the video will also be in the description below, as well as the streaming links for Stargazing. But the video itself, it was a lot of work, especially because the vision that I had for it wasn't executed to that vision. So that's because it was the first time using green screen. My original vision was me being on a green screen and sitting in the stars, and it was going to be a slow progression between like starting from the earth and being a normal person, and then ultimately ascending to be in the stars. But since the footage since the footage of the green screen was so terrible, I didn't know how to light the green screen slash light myself the same way. The production value of the video was really bad. Since that it was like that, since I couldn't execute it the way I wanted it to, I just took the footage of the green screen because I do a whole take of the whole song, no matter what setting I'm in, so that I can just chop it up however I want to in post. So I just took the footage of me setting up the green screen, um, and it's actually the second version of it. I had to spend 2 nights shooting just because the first time was so terrible that I couldn't salvage it. But this time, the second time, it was salvageable to the fact that with a lot of editing, because of course I use apps, I use InShot and I use Splice. So I don't have the like editing capabilities of all the software that's on the computers, like Adobe Pro or Premiere Pro, whatever it is. And even if I had them, I wouldn't know how to particularly use them to make them do what I want them to do. I know how to use InShot and I know how to use Splice though. So my first step was to, of course, get the green screen to the point where it was a uniform green, and I did that. And I also decided, since there's no way that it was going to look good as it was, I decided to make it look as much as of a cartoon as possible. So using the chroma key, I chroma keyed first the black, which so it looks like I'm actually a part of the stars. So my hair is starry, has stars in it. My pants has stars in it because I was wearing black pants. And then I decided to chroma key my skin, which made weirdly all the colors that I was wearing look this like it made all. So the first part of the video, I made my skin red, and it made all the colors on me red that wasn't black, accented with white of course. But and I thought that looked really cartoonish and good for what it was. So I took that, and I think red was the most cartoon looking color, but it's also very jarring. And since the video was stagnant, it was literally one take from one position. Since it was stagnant, I wasn't moving, there was no movement, I decided to switch it up. So I brought in the grayish color and then the brown at the end to resemble more of me. But pretty much my goal with the cartoonish version of the video was to definitely make it seem like I was in the stars, and I wanted to frame it so that like you're looking at a TV where stars are. So there's like movie stars, there's entertainment stars such as rappers, singers, and you get to know them through the TV. Like you find out about them through the TV. So pretty much I wanted to frame it like that. So you see me zooming in and zooming out of a TV frame, and the TV is rocking as soon as the music starts playing. So ultimately I think I did a good job with what I had, but I am still growing. That's all I was going to say. So I guess I'll be back when, I don't know if I'm going to drop another single. I haven't thought that far ahead yet, because I think usually I only release 2 singles because I do seven song projects. So if you release 3 singles, then that's pretty much half the project. And it's like, all right, if these are your best songs off of the project and it's half your project out, then I'm not gonna listen to your project. At least that's how I feel. So I'm probably gonna come with a project, and I'm probably gonna be doing another video for a single that would be a single, a song that would be a single, called "Lay with a Star." But outside of that, I'll probably be back for the project explanation, going through it song by song. Once again, if you want to hear about Seasons, Legacy, any of my projects before I actually started releasing EPs, definitely leave in the comment below. And thank you for your time, and I'll see you next time. Deuces.